Good afternoon, graduates of 2025, family, guests, and esteemed staff of the University of Warwick. I'm honoured to be here with you today, welcoming this opportunity to share in your celebrations, not least because 2025 brings up an important milestone, the 60th anniversary of Warwick University. Wow. Well, I studied here at the Warwick Manufacturing Group, graduating with Masters in Engineering back in 95, 96, 30 years ago. The quick-witted amongst you will deduce that I'm long in the tooth in my career, somewhat of a fossil. But this stands me in good stead for this role today. I'm here to congratulate, to celebrate, reflect on my University of Warwick journey, impart some wisdom, and above all, entertain. So this last requirement, of course, wasn't part of my curriculum. But having been best man 5 times, master of ceremony twice, and just once as the happy groom, something I'm not hoping to repeat, I am used to the expectation of this audience. In this circumstance, where we aren't familiar, any humour will be based upon my own experiences and dubious character. So graduates of 2025, let's kick off with a heartfelt well done and reflect on the support and love that enable you to reach this wonderful milestone in your lives. It is never a solo journey. You will surely have benefited from the camaraderie and tenacity of those around you. Today, you have walked across this stage, metaphorically standing now on your own platform of learning. In whichever discipline, you're also a member of a community 60 years in the making, alongside myself and alumni that is now 295,000 strong, a global network to engage with as you build upon these excellent foundations. Congratulations, one and all. Be sure to celebrate later with those that helped you on this journey. And whilst I'm not a fan of how I look in a cap and gown, graduation day photos with my parents sit pride of place on our mantelpiece at home. Back in my day, so many moons ago, my WMG course was a frequent weekly residential, punctuating my own busy working life. I made sure to enjoy the wonderful catering on the Westwood campus, 3 hearty meals a day. I look at the wider campus now, where fields once were stand impressive structures. The growth in facilities and vibrant student population are the tangible outcome of the late pioneer that was Professor Bhattacharya. Again, just wow. Back then, naturally, I experienced growth, some of it unintended as my residential life expanded my waistline. And so I had to mitigate the 3 meals with 2 gym visits a day, a healthy habit that stuck with me, and I shall look forward to enjoying the rather impressive new sports and wellness hub tomorrow, although all this clapping may negate that requirement. More seriously though, my experiential learning applied back into the workplace was my professional growth, and in many ways, an important vector for my career. The strapline that attracted me, be an agent for change, has been central to what I've achieved across the years and organisations. In my experience, be open to new things, be part of the change. Growth occurs when you aren't in your comfort zone. The best lessons come from hardship and failure, so do not be scared to be bold. Success is well earned and to be savoured. From my industrial domains, automotive and high-value manufacturing, I found my passion. From the University of Warwick, I found my purpose. Becoming an agent for change has allowed me to build cutting-edge processes, wonderful products, establish a global network with lifelong friendships, and continually innovate to build cutting-edge lives on this planet. It isn't the Mark Twain quote, but a very true saying nonetheless. If you can find both passion and purpose in your endeavour, you will never walk a day in your life. Being busy with my working masters, I realised some life hacks were necessary. To ensure self-awareness and fill my own gaps, I sought honest feedback from mentors. Rich in life experiences, they were altruistic, open, and authentic with their own thoughts, emotions, and limitations. So when it came time in my career to mentor, I realised how rewarding it is to nurture personal growth in others. In this world of connection through social media, it's very easy to advocate. Thumbs up, glowing hearts, vigorous clapping emojis adorn many a digital exchange. Look for authenticity from advocacy. Be positive and enthusiastic, yes, but please have perspective and be considered, as trust will grow in your professional and personal lives. So the maths majors in this cohort will have worked out I'm in the 4th decade of my career. You might expect I have some highlights to share. Well, work life has required lots of travel and gifted me cultural exposure across 5 continents. So many wonderful events and encounters with colourful characters of industry, celebrity, and morality. I could happily go on for hours, but time is tight, so I'll recall just a couple of notable occasions. In the autumn of 1998, I led the third leg of what was known as the 50-50 Challenge, a drive through 50 countries in under 50 days, taking in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, both North and South Capes. This challenge was primarily a celebration of 50 years of Land Rover, but also raising funds for UNICEF, itself celebrating 50 years. Nearing the Southern Cape, having exceeded 50 countries in under 50 days, visiting many UNICEF projects passing through Tanzania, Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa, we spared some time to attend a dinner in our honour. The setting was a charity golf day at a stunning course designed and owned by Ernie Els, and the dinner was a very high-spirited occasion, not least as it was a pro-am event featuring the recent Rugby World Cup winning South African team. The compere for the evening asked that I come up to the stage and say a few words. We enjoyed some banter about our height and accents, which brought hysterical laughter from the audience. It was only in my hotel room in Cape Town, recovering from the trip a few days later, that I switched on the TV to see the same diminutive figure hosting boots and all, the South African equivalent of our match of the day. And the penny dropped. The source of amusement that evening was my suggestion that the host, a national treasure, the Gary Lineker of South Africa, was in fact Australian. Lesson learned. I've gone on to proactively listen, check the vowel sounds of other English-speaking nations, as you never want to greet a Canadian as American, a New Zealander as an Australian, and above all, a South African as an Australian. In 2002, now as head of concept engineering with Bentley Motors, it was my responsibility to work through requirements and establish the architecture, layout, and features of the State Limousine, a gift from Bentley and many industry suppliers to support the 50th Jubilee celebrations of our late Queen. An enjoyable project, very challenging because of the time and, of course, the nature of the end customer. First, we had to sign off in the Volkswagen Group with our own automotive royalty, the Group CEO, Dr. Ferdinand Piech. You can imagine, preparations were exacting, and so when presenting to Dr. Piech, it was a real relief he had no concerns with the proposal. In fact, he enjoyed playing the role of monarchy with a makeshift crown, one of the coach builders administratively placed within reach. On to Windsor Castle then, and angst was cast aside by the benevolent head of state. The only requirements we had overlooked were cloth, not leather upholstery. On a sunny day, one could get terribly hot on parade. An additional stowage for a particular handbag, exact measurements were given, and a flat floor in the rear compartment to provide comfort for the corgis. It is still one of my proudest moments when I see the vehicle in use on state occasions. So to conclude, University of Warwick graduates of 2025, in this landmark 60th year, it's been an absolute honour and a privilege to share this day with you. I sincerely hope you all have exciting and fulfilling careers with the impactful achievements and outcomes for yourselves, your families, and society at large. Finally, to repeat my advice, please remember, be open, be bold, be curious, be authentic. Now go forth and be your brilliant selves.